Welcome back to Class of 90, guys. Game week 2 of the World Cup, and a few more players have arrived.
Your boy Felix.
He's arrived.
I'm back.
He's arrived. That's what I'm back.
Hey, Ronaldo is back. Villain.
Nah. That's
But-
Homelander. Get me, like.
That second goal, especially, very good finish, isn't it? Like,
Great finish.
classy
Even the first goal, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
striker, you
yeah,
need to be
facts.
that fox in the box.
Yeah.
Like, clean finish, man. And what I loved about that game was him letting Mendes take the free kick, and then Mendes actually score it. Because it shows that, he's intelligent enough now, and he's actually mature enough now to let other people, take free kicks, and he's willing to do what needs to be done for the team.
He's playing for the team, and
Of
people
course,
accusing
of
him of
course.
not doing that, innit? Do you know what I hate the most about the Ronaldo discourse? It's like, oh yeah, he's not the Ronaldo he used to be, and he knows that. Everybody knows he's not the
everyone knows
Ronaldo
that.
he used to be, innit? But if we're talking about strikers right now in world football, he's still up there. If you
course.
ask me,
Of
Ronaldo's
course.
still up there. I'll still take him
Of
to
course.
play number 9 for Chelsea,
Of
innit?
course.
Like here and there, he's solid, and I don't think Portugal for sure don't have a better number 9 than
I
him.
don't think they do. You're right. If Kane scores that goal, the first goal and the second goal, you're saying, wow, great finish. Striker's finish. Kane's phenomenal. So, if Ronaldo does the same thing, why are people saying, oh, it's just Ronaldo, it's just a tap-in, he's 41, he's stunting Portugal. Terry Henry, stop hating. I see you. I see you, bro. I see you. Stop hating, man.
But what, Ronaldo aside, do you think you saw enough from Portugal to think?
I did.
This is them?
It was a good bounce back at the end of the day.
But it wasn't the hardest team.
It wasn't the hardest team, but you can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah.
When Messi and Argentina beat Algeria 3-0, people were twerking.
Yeah.
People were twerking, saying, "Oh, Messi's back. He's the greatest of all time." So when Ronaldo, do you know what I mean, scores against Uzbekistan, stop telling me about these teams' quality, man. They're both
I
in the
know
World
Ronaldo
Cup,
wanted
man.
that hat trick. This is perfect opportunity to stat pad, and it is fair enough to do it in that game. And you can only judge those players against who they're coming,
Of course,
who they're playing.
of course.
But I think there was enough in there to say, okay, like they're getting their gears going. This looks like a decent side.
That's
'Cause when you look at
that's
the
what they
team,
needed.
it is actually a good team.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you look at, maybe say Portugal versus Congo in their first game versus maybe say England versus Ghana. Both teams did the same thing. They sat back. So it's like, come on, man. Spain, Cape Verde as well. It can happen. It's the World Cup at the end of the day. These things will happen, but just trust the process. And I think Portugal will go far in the tournament. So, especially now that, Bruno's had his assist, they
Mr. Assist, everybody's scoring.
Mr. Inevitable.
But Bruno, Bruno got an
He's a
assist.
midfielder, man.
Come
Mr.
on.
Inevitable. So,
Bellingham got on the score sheet. Game 1. Do you know what I mean? That's a
Bellingham-
real number 10.
like, what did you do second game? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but no, in all seriousness, I think Portugal are going to go far in the tournament, and I think them, getting that confidence from that first game was very, very crucial.
Yeah, and do you know what it is? When I look at I'm going to compare almost everyone to England because that's the standard. And I feel like they're bringing players like Leao, and people don't rate Leao as much, but
It's an option.
you get it. Someone they're bringing on off the bench in the last few minutes of games, dead even, or you just need a goal. Someone that can bring you something in it. He's explosive. He's unpredictable. I think England's only player like that is Rashford, and he's clearly not getting the minutes. So do you know what I mean? It's Portugal. I feel like they're using their squad a bit better, and I don't know how much Martinez is in charge, or is it Ronaldo in charge? So it's like the Martinez effect will be minimal. You know what I mean? So they filled me with more confidence now, and they're slightly catching up to my favourite spot still.
No, 1000%. So, okay, so going from one goal to another, we look at Argentina then. 2-0 winners against Austria. How do you assess that game?
Messi. You know what I mean? Because we can talk about Ronaldo, but Messi, he's actually showing that he's still as active as he once was. And I think more so that Argentina still need him as much as they do.
Yeah, but the one thing I'll say with the way Portugal play versus Argentina, for example, Argentina, they adore Messi, and so does Portugal. But at the same time, I think the Argentinian players, Messi's like a god to them. Every time they get the ball forward positions, they look for Messi. They actively look for him. If you look at his first goal, it was like Messi of old, him running through the D and then literally just, Jesus, pause. Wow. Anyway, him running at the edge of the box, slapping it, great finish that. And that was vintage Messi. And then, before that, he did miss the penalty, and some people were like, it's not a fitting way for him to become.
No, the way he hit it though, the penalty was so bad I can see why people are saying that. You know,
I
the
get
penalty
that.
was horrendous.
I get that, but same time, come on, man. We both know Mbappe at some point will eclipse him. But
and I'm sure he would have been thinking back-to-back hat-tricks.
Yeah.
So that would have been crazy.
But honestly, Messi, you know, I give my props to him. You know, one of the greatest.
Are you ready to call him?
one of the greatest among.
One Aussie, you said.
Yeah.
So what? He's not the GOAT still, yeah?
It's Ronaldo and Messi, man.
Like,
come on, man. You just got to appreciate them both. You get me? So, but no. Aside from that, I was impressed with Argentina defensively as well. I think Austria played quite well. And at periods of the game, they really, really dominated. And Argentina couldn't get the ball off them. But they just couldn't unlock that final pass. They don't have that player that can put the through balls. But, you know, they played some good stuff. They're missing, you know, like they're missing that key playmaker, to be honest. But other than that, I thought they were okay. And, you know, even if you look at Messi's second goal, it was so jammy. So. The touch to get the ball under control was brazen. But, come on. Like,
but do you know what I'm saying? But what I like about Messi now is, Messi back in the day, he wasn't really scoring goals like that, the jammy goals.
Yeah.
And so and he's getting rebounds and
that's because he's just
yard box. So
he might as well be doing something.
To this game. That's what I'm saying.
Half of the time he's walking.
Yeah. And he gets away with it.
Yeah.
If Ronaldo was doing that, you'd see compilation
of
Ronaldo walking around the pitch. He's not closing down. He's not doing this. But it's like he's the GOAT at the end of the day. So Messi can do it.
Yeah, one of the goats. But anyway, Argentina. You know, do you still think they're one of the tournament favourites? You know, have they done anything to change your mind?
No, I don't think Messi's got enough juice in the tank, innit? Like, he's as good as he looks, you can still tell that this ain't. I'm seeing people dispossessing Messi, people that are not watching it. They're just taking the ball off of him, and it's like, but he's got those moments, but I don't think the rest of the Argentina team bring enough.
Yeah, no, agreed. But I think he's mentioned that himself in the sense that, you know, he said in an interview, we've already given the people what they want, which is the World Cup, right? Are you not entertained? So this tournament for him is just vibes. He's playing on vibes, you know, so it's okay. Looking at another team that are currently playing on vibes, you know, my guy Haaland and Norway, great performance by them. You know, it's so interesting because after the game, he came out and said, you know, we don't care about the game against France. You know, we'll probably lose. They'll probably win the tournament, but we don't care. You know, just having a good time. They're here for the vibes. They're here for the vibes. Every time you see them,
because you know what it is. The World Cup is actually a big thing. Like when I was deep in how long somebody like Norway, team like Norway.
Yeah.
Now we know you got Haaland, Odegaard. You wouldn't think 24 years these men ain't been in the World Cup. True. Like that for some of the people watching, it's a lifetime for them, innit? Like the 25-year-olds, they ain't seen their team there. So I feel like even a player like Haaland, in his whole life, this is their first World Cup.
Yeah.
So for him, it's like being there, scoring, 4 goals is he on now?
Yeah.
He's probably thinking, he was already a Norwegian legend, innit? But it's like, now he's putting himself real up there. So it's like, let's just enjoy the vibe, make sure we get here next time. Nothing too crazy. But I can't lie, I was a bit disappointed with Senegal in that game. Like,
I mean, Sarr turned up, but other than him,
my boy Koulibaly, I didn't even call him my boy, innit? Like, he was horrendous at Chelsea, and he seems to have got worse. Like, my man was responsible for, I think, most of the goals, innit? It's just a bit...
just errors everywhere.
Yeah, which is just like, Senegal, you're not looking like African champions right now, innit? What's going on? I was expecting a bit more, but I think they've still got a chance to qualify if they win their last game. So, you know what I mean? Do something for Africa there.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'd like to see Senegal obviously progress into the round of 32, but I don't know, it's difficult now because, you know, even if they do get that third place and get 3 points, there may be other teams that finish higher than them. So it's looking difficult for them, but like I said, big props to Norway. I like it when players are out there having fun. Especially after they haven't been, you know, in the tournament for a long time, and you know, big up to them. You know, I see their fans, you know, doing the row with Senegal, and you know, that's what the World Cup is all about. You know, brings people together. So yeah, no, really good performance. So looking at some of the other games that I really enjoyed, you know, in this round, that was Netherlands versus Sweden, and you know, that was a great game full of a lot of like blockbuster stars, especially in the Premier League as well. But Netherlands, can we talk about Netherlands, because their attack is looking crazy?
Netherlands are quietly, you know what I mean, doing well, and if you look at like the last couple World Cups, I think they always get decent like into the tournament.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could surprise people.
I think so too.
Final, so because the defense solid, midfield solid, the attack isn't amazing,
but
but
midfield is
you
good
get it.
enough
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
those attackers to
Yeah.
score. And I think the players that need to perform well for them are currently doing so. You look at Gakpo, he's got a couple of assists so far
Yeah.
and a goal as well.
Low key, Gakpo looks like a different player.
Yeah. Every time Liverpool signed him off the back,
Yeah.
we were Manchester United, we were twerking for him as well.
Fire for that.
Oh, we wanted him to come to United. But no, Gakpo looks good. So I don't know, maybe props to Koeman, for getting them prepared, because to beat Sweden 5-1, especially after Sweden had, won their first game. I think was it 4-0? They won their first game.
Yeah.
So it's like, listen, it's that was a real big test for them.
Yeah, but then again, it's Graham Potter at Sweden, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
And then even that Sweden team, I feel like it's Gyökeres, Isak, and Ayari, innit? The defense is kind of meaty.
Lindelof.
Did Elanga start?
No, he didn't start.
Yeah, which I don't get.
Yeah, but that shows
yeah.
you that some of the other people, that were starting ahead of him, manager clearly fancies them, So I think it's one of those where if you look at Sweden's team, you can pick out a few good players that are actually in that team that play for decent teams like Benfica and stuff like that. But I think Netherlands, they really impressed me, to be honest. And like Ali said, I genuinely think that these guys can go far in the tournament because their defense pattern, midfield pattern, attack. I mean, it's all right. Like Brobbey, he was playing the basic football, but he was playing the striker's basic football that I love because he was doing a one-touch thing and he's not trying to do the whole dribbling thing because he knows that he's not good at that. So he's going on the management instruction and every time the ball comes, Heskey thing. I mean, lay it off and then you spin it behind and he scored 2 goals off the back of that. So listen, props to him, man. And that guy's strong. I mean, he's a strong guy. He's been eating hella eggs. I mean, so
what? Another team that I think is personally going to go a bit far into the tournament, USA,
my underdog. My underdog. I called it. They look really good.
Yeah, they got a good squad. I feel like Pochettino is a decent enough manager.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know what? Balogun, I like what I'm seeing in that.
Yeah,
man.
same.
A good striker. Like he's got a good finish. Again, like Brobbey, like they're strong and you can get the ball up to them. It's looking like USA might do something. And again, I've said it before, the decisions might go in their favour. You saw how it was going in England's favour. So yeah, I think USA can maybe touch a quarterfinals. Semi-finals would probably be amazing for them. But
stretch there.
Yeah, no, they're looking real good.
I think the big difference with them in previous tournaments is that now they've actually got a collective team. You look across, their team. They've got a centre back from the Premier League. They've got a decent keeper. They've got Dest who plays well. You look at their front line, they've got Pulisic, they've got Balogun, like you mentioned as well.
Team that's built in Europe.
Their midfield, very steady, very steady midfield. With, is it McKenzie? So they got McKenna. They got McKenna. They got the guy that plays for Bournemouth as well, Tyler Adams. Yeah. And then there's one more person that I'm missing in there. That plays quite well. I don't know who I'm missing, but anyway, it'll come to me. But their midfield, very, very good. Very, very good. So, guys, listen, let us know whether you think USA are, your underdogs as well and how far they're going to go into the tournament. But honestly, like Ali said, with some of these dubious decisions and how they're playing, we can see them going far in the World Cup for sure.
So they're definitely going to get the furthest out of the host, Canada, Mexico, USA.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree for sure. One team that I've been very impressed with during this tournament is Japan. Japan are, they're a fun team to watch. And some of the goals they've been scoring, unbelievable goals, They
got a real good team ethic as well, innit? Like they play very good football. I feel like they could actually surprise people in those last games. They're the kind of team that I think England wouldn't want to come up against because it's like they're efficient. They know how to defend, and when they come forward, they got players that can create. So it's almost like the Croatia of the past kind of thing. It's like no one amazing, but they got a really good team in it. So I feel like that's the kind of team that England get in the round of 16, round of 32s even. You're actually worried.
Yeah, no, I'd echo that, but I just genuinely think that over the years they've looked better and better. And I just think, their players gel so much. And I said it at the start of the tournament. I don't think, sometimes with these tournaments, it's not about the teams that have the biggest stars, but it's about the team that are very cohesive and can play together. And right now, they look like one of the teams that are definitely doing that for sure. If we look at a big team, that's star-studded, we look at France, for example. What did you make of their...
I think they're the favourites right now. Based on performances, innit? Putting biases aside, on paper and based on these performances that we're seeing on the TV, I think France are like they look like who's gonna be able to stop this team? They look like they'll roll over anyone, and like you look at those players, it's like rah. Who do we stop here? You try to stop Elise, Dembele will get in there. Mbappe's always there. Mbappe looks like he's going on a mad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. He's on a mission.
This is World Cup Mbappe. He's trying to show, yeah, we might not have won La Liga, we might not have won Champions League.
Don't worry about that. No problem.
It's not me that's the problem in it over there. That's for sure. Because that goal was a banger.
Yeah, and I think what's scary about France as well is the players that they're bringing off the bench.
Yeah.
You know, I was having a chat with one of my friends, and he was saying Turkey should be starting, and I'm like, well, you got a Ballon d'Or winner and Dembele that's there, and people are saying Turkey should be starting, but these are the conversations that people are having. With Turkey, whether it's Barcola coming off the bench, whether it's Doué. And the scary thing is the manager did actually make some changes. He took off Hernandez, and Digne started.
Kone started.
Kone started as well.
And they've got the luxury to do that, innit? Not to say that a team like England can't, but you know that the levels will drop a little bit, innit? It's like, and that's why he's got to play the same team every game. I think with France, it's like if Barcola ain't turned up today, Doué's there. Doué even having a bad game. You got Shirky, you got like all of these players, and they're all big game players. They're all players that want to step up in, and no one's being shy. Everyone wants to show that they're part of this team. So I don't know who it's going to take to stop France, but I think the team's going to have a bit of luck.
Nobody, except from Portugal.
Oh, here we go.
I mean,
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
If it's
they've done it before in the Nations Cup. Do you know what I mean? So listen, it's possible, but let's see. For now, like I said before, France are definitely my favourites. Looking at another tournament favourites, Spain, they looks good.
Lamine Yamal's here now.
He's arrived.
You know what I mean? He got 45 minutes. We saw the Lamine Yamal effect on Spain's team, but I think Spain in general, I think I had them as one of my favourites before, and I think they do have enough to get into those latter stages, and once you get there, it's about whose time it is, and like who's gonna show up. And Lamine Yamal's the kind of player that will show up. It was actually a good goal from them, and even Oyarzabal, is that his face?
Yeah, Oyarzabal,
looking like a solid striker. Looking like a solid striker for them, man.
Yeah, no, I think he's shown that he can be that focal point. At previous tournaments, he did that in the Euros, and he's proven that again. But I echo everything you said. Yamal looked good, even though he's still nursing that injury and trying to come back gradually. But he's another big player that will only get better as the tournament goes along. And I think Spain, after a poor first game, they've got their mojo back. They're scoring goals. So listen, don't sleep on Spain. I know everyone's getting carried away, including myself. In terms of looking at France, but I think Spain will surprise a lot of people.